Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, My Sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over all NBA games for Thursday, February 11th, 2021. I'll show you both sides of each game, and it'll be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident about making your own pick. And if for whatever reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's get into today's games. We got the Heat, Rockets, Raptors, Celtics, Pacers, Pistons, Magic, Warriors, Sixers, and Blazers. I have my daily numbers on this side, date numerology, Gregorian, both sides of the Hebrew. Then I have my game numbers on this side, away team up top, head to head in the middle, home team at the bottom. So in this first game here, we got the Heat versus the Rockets. Game numbers, it's the Heat 11th away game. It's the Rockets 11th home game. With the win, the Heat can get their 11th win for the season. Rockets would sit on 11 wins for the season. Rockets would get their 14th loss. 14 sums to 112. Today is the 11th of February, written 11/2, 2/11. 2/11, 11/2. Today does have 34 date numerology on the Gregorian. Either one of these teams can get their 34th all-time head-to-head win against the other, so that doesn't really help much. If Heat lose this game, though, they would get their 15th loss for the season. Fifteen sums to 34. And Rockets can get their 34th all-time head-to-head against Heat as Heat gets their 15th on a day with 34 date numerology. The number 15 sums to 65 and 38. Heat can become 3-8 with the loss. When they get their 15th loss, 15 sums to 38. Rockets would become 6-5, like 65. So that could play in favor of Rockets. And so you have, the 14s, 14 sum to 112. Today, the 2/11, 11/2. He can get their 11th win and their 11th away, 11th home game for Rockets. They can stay on 11 and get that 14. We know that 34 goes either way, but if Heat loses, they would get their 15th loss. Rockets would get the 34. They would become 6-5 at home. Heat would be 3-8 on the road. 15 sums to 38 and 65. Heat would sit on 10 wins for the season, and Rockets would become 1-0 head-to-head against the Heat, like 10. So you have either way, either side to go, either coin to flip. Raptors and Celtics. If Celtics win this game, they can become 63-43 all-time head-to-head against the Raptors. 43 is the 14th prime number. Raptors would get their 14th loss for the season. And Celtics would get their 63rd all-time head-to-head win against Raptors. And Celtics would be 6-3 at home with the win. Celtics could get their 13th win for the season and the 99th regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. The number 13 sums to 99. But with that being said, Raptors can be 13-13 for a season record with the win in the 99th regular season. Raptors would get their 41st regular season head-to-head win against the Celtics, 41, the 13th prime number. And today does have 54 date numerology on the Gregorian. And Celtics, instead of doing the 63 pattern, they can become 5-4 at home with the loss. Although Raptors, if they do the 14, they would become 6-9 on the road with the loss. Today does have 9 date numerology on the Gregorian. They would get their 9th road loss. But 69 also sums to 139, the 34th prime number. Today with 34 and 9 date numerology. 34, the 9th triangular number. But at the same time, 34 sums to 56. And Raptors can become 13-13, and their coach would sit on 56 losses with a win today. So you have this interesting 14-63 pattern with the all-time head-to-head for the Celtics. The 13s can go either way, I would guess. But the Raptors seem to have a little bit more in the 13 side with this 41 here. And then there is the 69 here. But there's this 54 here. And so you're just going to have to decide on which way this stuff's going to go. Pacers, Pistons. It's the Pacers. Their all-time regular season is interesting. They come in 101-97. So it's the Pacers' 26th game of the season. And they sit on 101 regular season head-to-head losses against the Pistons, the 26th prime number. And this is the Pistons' 25th game for the season. And the Pistons sit on 97 regular season head-to-head losses, or regular season head-to-head wins against the Pacers. I think I said that backwards. Anyway, 101, 97, 97 the 25th prime, 101 the 26th prime. They're 101, 97. Pacers 26th game, Pistons 25th game. We talked about the 14 in another game. If Pacers lose, they would get their 14th loss for the season. The word 14 sums to 112. It is February 11th, 2/11, 11/2. But Pistons, they can get their 19th loss for the season. And 19 sums to 40. And if Pistons get their 19th loss, their coach, he's coaching his 173rd regular season game as a coach for Pistons. The 40th prime number, 19 sums to 40. And he can sit on 67 regular season wins as a coach for Pistons. Outside of that, I didn't see. I mean, it is the Pistons' 13th home game. Pacers could become 13-13 for a season record with the win. The 7 does sum to 25. 7 sums to 25 and 65. And, well, they can go 6-7 or 5-8. But Pistons could get their 7th win in their 25th game. 199 the 46th prime. 109 the, oh, I didn't check their head-to-head, Pacers and Pistons. So this is their one and only. Pacers on a 3-game. Pistons with a win could sit on 105 all-time head-to-head losses against the Pacers. The 14th triangular number, Pacers would get their 14th loss, and Pistons coach would sit on 105 losses regular season as a coach for the Pistons. So there's that. It's a tricky one. You guys might have to add a little bit more to this and dig a little bit more, think about it a little bit more. I don't want to take up too much of your time though. Magic and Warriors. Warriors can get their 14th win. We've been talking about the number 14. 14 sums to 112. Today is the 11th day of February, 11/2. 14th home game, get their 14th win. It is the 11th day of February, emphasis on the number 11. Warriors can get their 31st win head to head against Magic all time, the 11th prime. It's the Magic's 26th game, Warriors' 26th game. Warriors coach can get his 351st regular season win as a coach for his career. 351. 26 triangular number. For Magic, though, I mean, it's their 13th away game. Oh, I got 2 4s there. It's their 13th away game. Warriors could become 13-13 with the loss. Magic would become 30-33 all-time head-to-head against Warriors with the win. I don't see anything that jumps out at me with the 30-33, but I know, like 3-3-3 or just the 3 pattern or the 33 is a number of significance. It can be at times. So, but I don't see anything necessarily connecting to date numerology or really the game numbers. Warrior, I know the coach with the 151, he can get his 151st regular season loss. That's the 36th prime number. 36 is a reflection of 63, and it's the 63rd all-time head-to-head. Also, Magic can get their 10th win for the season as they become 1-0 head-to-head against the Warriors, like 10. So there's things here. Might not be like obvious. I might have to think about it a little bit. Magic would sit on 16 losses for the season with the win, as their coach sits on 96 regular season losses as a coach for Magic. 16 sums to 96. Or the Magic could sit on 9 wins for the season on a day with 9 date numerology. But here's the thing, Magic plays tomorrow, and tomorrow's going to have 10 date numerology. So they can either sit on 9 and go into tomorrow and get 10, or they can get 10 today, go into tomorrow on 10, and maybe stay on 10 tomorrow. That can go either way. So you got to watch out for stuff like that. Sixers, Blazers. Talking about the number 14 in a lot of these games. 14 sums to 112. Today's the 11th day of February, 11/2. Trailblazers can get that 14th. Sixers, though, if they win, they become 19-7. 19-7. 197 is the 45th prime number. Today does have 54 date numerology on the Gregorian, which also sums to 45, reflections of each other. But today does have 18 date numerology. Sixers with the loss can sit on 18 wins for the season. And then, I mean, either one of these two can get their 62nd, so that doesn't really help. Trailblazers, though, if they lose, they would get their 11th loss for the season as Sixers tie 1-1 head-to-head against for the season, like an 11. There's that. The number is 60. Let's see what that sums to again. 25, 97, 38, 29. 26 though, 24. I have to continue looking at this one too. The 11 seems kind of convincing though. 11, 11. Splitting the series. More often than not, teams will split the series. Not every time, but it seems like more often than not they do. But that 14, I mean, 14's present in almost every game, so maybe it'll be a number for the day. But 197, 45th prime, that's a number for the day too. So might have to dig a little bit more on this one, think about it. And I wish you guys the best of luck. That was the last game. Didn't realize it. I thought there was more. I'm so used to more games. But hopefully you got enough information here. That way you can make your own pick, make your own decision, add more information on top of this if you need it. There's plenty of things you can do to decode games, endless amounts. And I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for watching.